Welcome back to Susquehanna River Goblins. I have not recorded any videos for more than a week, but we're back and we're playing Grixis Death's Shadow. Um, yeah, this is pretty close to the standard list with the exception of Rise Fall. This is all normal. 2 Kolaghan's commands is normal. 4 Snapcaster Mages, 2 Stubborn Isles, 4 Thought's Serum Visions. A lot of lists, I think most lists now have 2 Terminate and 3 Fatal Push. 4 Death Shadow is normal. And the 6 Discard Spells is normal. So the only slight variations we have are substituting a Bolt for a Rise Fall, which is, I don't know. I just like this card. And Bolt has consistently underperformed for me, pretty much. That said, we're substituting what most people have 3 Fatal Push with 4. We're substituting the we're getting more. We're having 5 1-mana removal spells for a Terminate. So what we're actually doing is sort of just switching in a Terminate for this, in sort of a little bit. Because what the Bolt does is it really just functions as the 6th 1-mana removal spell, usually. So that's kind of my way of thinking of it. Sideboard, totally weird. Molten Range should just be Fulminator Mage or 3rd Ceremonious Rejection. Most people do the 3rd Ceremonious Rejection. 2 Surgicals is pretty standard. And 1 Nile Spellbomb is pretty standard. The 2... It's over here. The 2 Collective Brutality are standard. 1 Stubborn Denial, and I have a Counter Squall. I just prefer this card over the 4th Stubborn Denial. Static Caster is pretty standard. Usually there's a 2nd Terminate type effect. I like Dreadbore just because this deck does have a little bit of trouble with Planeswalkers. I do not have the 3-mana Liliana, but Jace Architect of Thought plays a similar role, and it's better against like Lingering Souls decks. So this is a new one. I'm testing this out. There's always one card that's sort of like a sweeper, and a lot of people have Kozilek's Return, and I'm gonna have Anger of the Gods. Partially because this is cheaper and I already have them, and partially because I actually think it's better against a lot of decks, like the Bolero Company decks. They're not as popular online, but I actually think Anger of the Gods might be better just for those matchups. And the double red isn't really much of a consideration. Like, you're always going to be fetching and shocking. Like, you want to be fetching and shocking anyway, so, like, it's not that big of a difference between this and Kozilek's Return. The instant speed might be relevant, but I also think the 3 damage and Exile is very relevant. Like, this is really good against Dredge, too. Engineered Explosives, I have always considered this. I think it's good. We're gonna test it out and see how it goes, and probably board it in against other Death Shadow decks. It'll be good, especially post board. I imagine it's very good against Jund because they're gonna bring in Lingering Souls, and then we can just. This is just great on 1-0 or 2. So like it's gonna be really good. But yeah, let's play a match and see how this goes. Unfortunately, we still just have Flooded Strands instead of Scalding Tarns. Yeah, that's pretty much the deck. A lot of this is pretty standard. Grixis is now, like, pretty much, it's overtaken Jund, pretty much. Probably just for budgetary reasons, because people don't want to buy Tarmogoyfs, and this deck is very close to the same, if not the same, if not better, you know? So, let's see how this goes. We're in a competitive Modern League. I believe the last one was a friendly one, I don't remember. It's been a while. And we got a match. My volume down? Yes. Okay. Alrighty. Not sure what's going on. sort of questionable. What am I going to do here? I'm going to fetch, shock, thought scour, shock, putting me at 15. I'll have 2 cards from there. I'm going to keep this. This is okay. Our cards don't exactly line up. Like, if this was a delve threat, I think this would be a better hand. Okay, so this could be Abzan, could be Jund. I'm not really sure yet. It's going to be a Steam Vents. What do we got here? Oh, God. Alright. This is going to be rough. I think Living End is a bad matchup for this deck. I genuinely do. Post board gets a little better because we do have a decent amount of graveyard hate. But pre-board, I am not looking forward to this. So we got Tassiger and a Street Wraith, so that's actually kind of good, considering. Yeah, we're just going to shock this in. Yeah. Putting the Archfiend in. I've played against this deck a couple of times since the inclusion of these cards. I haven't actually seen this card in action. I don't know. We do have a counterspell, which I like against this deck. Oh, this is weird. This is not what I expected to see. Well, okay. Very strange. Well, we'll see. We got a Gurmag Angler in there now. Our Living End is bigger than his Living End. We have a Snapcaster Mage, too. Okay. Well, that's fine, actually. I'm pretty okay with that. Alright, well, we're going to go down pretty low here. We're going to cast a Death Shadow. So this is going to put us to 12, and we're going to play Polluted Delta. I don't think you should do that before. Well, I think Beast Within is scarier. That's not right. There's no way. Because he can just... He's never going to be able to get this off. But when we have a hard counter, since this is going to put us to... Oh, this is going to be 13. We're actually not going to have a hard counter. So we're going to take the Demonic Dread. He doesn't have a third land, though, but he's going to cycle once, at least. So we're going to take Demonic Dread. We're going to fetch Shock a Blood Crypt, then play one of these guys. This blocks a Bloodghast, then, you know, we got to kill him somehow. Like I said, if he resolves a Living End, then, like, our cards are bigger than his right now. We have, what, 3 creatures? 3 big creatures and a Snapcaster Mage that's going to cast a Thought Scour. Seems kind of good for us, so it's like that. We know he'll be able to make a big one very, very quickly. This seems very strange the more I think about this, because it's a 2-mana card. He's playing Bloodghast, it's just getting in the way of his Living Ends. What the hell? I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Even if it's a one-of, it's an insane one-of. Like, why would they ever? You know? He just gets hit by redundant graveyard hate, which we're definitely going to bring in. It makes this bigger. I think I take this. This is fine. Yeah. Beaster than this. I'm gonna Stubborn Denial it because I have Snapcaster Stubborn Denial next turn. I don't know, our opponent is doing some weird stuff. Yeah, sure. Not gonna delve, I don't think. I think we're just gonna play. We're gonna shock and play this shit? I don't even think we need to. Is it 5? No, not worth. Yeah, okay. So we're just gonna do this, and now both of our Death Shadows are lethal next turn, so he has to cast 2. He has to cast a Living End. And he has to have 2 Living Ends, 2 sweepers, to kill both of these. We have a Stubborn Denial backup, so this is... I don't know. I feel like our opponent just did not play this very well. I don't know, maybe it's just the blood cast that makes me think that, but... On upkeep, he's trying to... No! What the heck? I mean... I don't know. I'm just gonna try and kill him, and if he tries to go off, we're gonna counter it, of course. Okie doke. Well, he's gonna cast it first, doesn't he? Yeah, like what the hell? Exiles 20 cards, hits a Bloodghast. What's in here? We got Cyrodiil, Demonic Dread, blah 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 blah. Putting Bloodghast in this deck sounds like the dumbest idea I've ever heard. I don't get it. I don't know. We're bringing in counter spells and Graveyard Hate, and we're bringing in anything else. It's possible that Collective Brutality might be better than like Thoughtseize or something. Probably not. Ceremonious Rejection, no. Anger, no. Ace, no. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We just need all the discard. Fatal Push is like the worst card against him. Bolt can at least go to face. Terminate. I mean, we're going to want to be able to terminate the stupid demon from time to time, so I think that's okay to keep in. This is terrible. We can cut that. Are we going to want to Dreadbore the demon? That's another question. I don't know. I think we can just keep it like this. This doesn't feel like a great matchup. Like I said, like it, well, okay. We're on the draw. I don't like going 4, so okay, well, yeah, it's a card. All right, well, here we go. All right. I kind of want to build this deck. Like, I think I'm going to build this deck next. As the next set of videos. Kind of want both the cards I mill to be creatures and the card I draw to be a creature. 2 for 1. Okay. Kind of rough. Still looking okay. This is going to be a blood crypt, probably. Alright, so if he cycles 2 things here, I think he can go for Living End without looking like too much of an idiot. Yeah. Only cycled 1 thing, though. Okay. Our plan in this matchup is usually to stick a threat and counterspell 2 or 3 times to make sure he can't ever beat a single threat, but so let's try this here. Try and counter this. Okay. It's gonna be a blood crypt. We really don't want him to blow up our lands. Ugh. We really don't want to use up our only blue source to do this at this point in the game. Well, I think we're gonna. Alright, we got an Inquisition of Kozilek. We want this. And this, actually. Well, let's see. Top. Alright, we're going to top this and then draw a Flooded Strand next turn. Whether or not we crack it is up for debate, but... Oh, just absolutely redundant Demonic Dreads and a Ricochet Trap. Well, he has no target for these. If we get a Surgical Extraction at some point, then I think we're in pretty good shape. Just getting 2 of these? I don't know. Or just getting the things he wants to get with Living Death. Living End, whatever. So he drew that land. He's cycling a Carabid. Has no targets for Demonic Dread. Alright. Don't really want to give him a target for Demonic Dread. We can't counter 2 Living Ends, especially with his Ricochet Trap. So we're just going to hold out here. We're going to get our multiple threats into play. How are we going to do that? How are we going to get our multiple threats into play? Do another land. We might not even want the second Death Shadow. Now that I'm thinking about this. I don't think I want the second Death Shadow right now. I want some kind of graveyard hate. Because as of right now, if he just gets all these back and cycles something, I'm dead. So we're going to... He doesn't even need to cycle anything, because we're going to shock this, because we want a Death Shadow at some point. Not immediately, but definitely at some point later in the game. fact that he has a ricochet trap backup is pretty rough, but you know. Okay. During his end step, he's doing this. Not sure why. It's tapped. Okay, whatever. That's pretty good. That's what we were looking for. Yep. Spell the single target. Okay, so you could mess up the counter squall. I don't know if this is where we want to be here, because he's going to bring back... You know what? I think this is sort of what we want to be doing here. Do we have a Thought Scour? Yes. Okay, so what's going to happen is if he does Demonic Dread on this, we can exile his graveyard. Alright, so he's going for it. We're going to let the Cascade resolve. Reveal cards, which these matter. He's got this. Yep. You could probably cycle a couple cards. Yeah, we're gonna try this. Yeah. Okay. So we get this. He might cycle one thing. He kills a Death Shadow. We have Thought Scour that we can... Yeah, we have a Thought Scour. I wish it wouldn't do that. I don't know why it does that. Please stop. Okay, we're gonna let that resolve. That's fine. Shock. Do it again? No? Okay, alright, whatever. Okie doke. So now we're gonna beat him to death with Snapcaster Mage. That's the plan. Okay, Thought Scour. Okay. That's kind of good, actually. Alright, we're gonna fetch, I think, just an island. We don't really need to go any lower than 9 against this opponent. I don't really want either of these. We can Wrath away the Snapcaster Mage, which we don't really care about. Alright. Alright. I don't really want this. We do kind of want this, though. So, we'll see if we can, how far we can get with this Snapcaster Mage. As of right now, again, our living end is bigger than his. He's drawing a lot of lands. Suspending living end. Okay. Yep. 3 on it. Okay. That's an interesting one. Well, I think I'm just going to let that go. We do want this Death Shadow in play. I'm not going to fetch with Scalding Tarn just yet. So if he tries to preemptively, do his other Demonic Dread thing to kill these, we just have lethal in the graveyard. So that's okay. Alright, well. Went much smoother than my other games against this deck have gone. And it's not like it's unwinnable, it's just very, very, I don't know, nuanced. There's like little things. I don't know, our opponent having Bloodghast in their deck game 1 sounds just like the worst idea. Alright, well, stay tuned for match 2 sometime later.